Well, alrighty, I wanted to take a minute, show y'all my $5 locomotive. Yeah, I know seems a little hard to believe, but actually did pick up this locomotive for $5 at Discount Model Trains. It was sitting in the used rack, and I asked Wayne, he's the guy that's been over here forever when I go there. I said, "What's wrong with it?" He said, "It's a $5 locomotive." He just kind of laughed. And anyway, we put it on the track, and it really had a real bad wobble to it, and it's kind of making a screaming gear noise. And this is just a little old Model Power train set 040. Uh, so I tore it apart and oiled it and looked at it. And what was wrong with it, or actually what's still wrong with it, the rear driver has a gear sets in the middle, and what was happening was the gear was loose and would go off center after a little bit of running and would slip off the worm gear, coming off the shaft of the motor. So I messed with it. Finally took it apart again, and I glued a CA that glued the gear onto the center of the driver. Let it set and overnight, and went back the next day or whenever it was I got back to it, and I cleaned off everything real good, in the next to the gear, to make sure there wasn't any extra glue or nothing. And I kind of cleaned out the channels where the gear sets, the axle set on the locomotive, and but let me stop this for a second. But yeah, you can get this in the light. That little center gear there was slipping off center, so I took it apart. And that middle screw there um, actually is mashed in a little farther than it's supposed to be, but it didn't seem to affect anything. And got everything lined back up, and I put a whisker coupler on it because I had an old horn hook on there. And a cool little thing about this locomotive, although it's cheap, it's got this little backup reversing light. That's kind of cool. And anyway, I think that's set on the delay right there. It don't have any problem pushing 4 or 5 cars around the layout, you know. Front light, oh, okay, it's hooked up. Front headlight works okay. Even at 25 or 30 bucks, whatever these things retail for, I think that's what I saw them for, $19.99 at Train World. You know, it don't run too bad. I mean, it's more of a toy than it is a model. Shoot, $5 when the grandkids come over, I'll just let them just go for it. You know what I mean? Anyway, I was kind of proud of that. For $5, I got it going, and all I really invested with it was a little bit of time and a whisker coupler. But she don't run too bad, and the paint scheme's not too bad. I mean, but it's only got the one rear coupler on it. But anyway, if the rest of the newer ones run this well, I kind of recommend it it's a pretty good little running engine, you know. I do think that gear probably does need to still be replaced, because I think it's got one tooth on it that's catching once in a while. If I slow it way down, it kind of catches right there, just right there. But I mean, hopefully maybe running it a little longer, it'll smooth that a little more. But shoot, at these speeds, which is pretty good crawling speed for a steamer of that size, she don't do too bad. Anyway, just wanted to share that with everybody. See you next time.